Hey folks, it's Jim. I wanted to go over, I solved my solution for my fender problem. I didn't like the full fenders for the ones that RAD Power Bike sells. This is for my RAD Rover, obviously. This is a 2018 RAD Rover. These are the ADDMotor fenders. You can see they look very sporty, very nice. And if you're a mudder like me, doing a lot of mountain bike packing, which I'm doing with a friend of mine now, hopefully, mud was going to be a big issue for those full fenders. They were too tight to the wheel. It was going to be a nightmare to clean, and if you're doing a lot of mud, mountain, and bike packing type stuff, I just did not want full fenders because it limits my access. They're a pain in the butt when you got to repair the bike and things of that nature. That's what I found anyway. So I wanted something more sporty, more along the lines of dealing with mud and sport riding or bike packing. I'll just go over them real quick. This can be bent down. You don't have to keep it up this high, this bracket. You can easily probably bend it down and get it to set however you want for the sport look that you want. They're very stout. I rode yesterday. I have no worries about these fenders. Very stout. One thing I did do was put electrical tape around the frame brace here before I put the screws through so the bracket would not scratch the frame at all. So that's what I did. You can do whatever you want, because if I ever want to remove this fender, I don't want this bracket to have scratched up my frame, right? So I did that. It's working well. And they're very secure. They didn't move around. I rode yesterday. I hit a lot of gravel and dirt roads and things of that nature. But the thing I like is look how easy it is to get the mud out of here. You don't have to worry about picking up a rock and having it clank around and all that stuff. It's just going to deflect, right? And the front fender I think is absolutely awesome. Look at that. And I think it's awesome. Again, easy to clean underneath if you're doing a lot of mud and things like that. It extends way out past the front wheel, which gives us a lot of protection. Then you've got these mounts here where you can put another piece of plastic. Those new nylon mud guards would fit perfectly right here, and that's the other reason why I really love this fender. Again, you can adjust this bracket however you want, carefully obviously, but you can also, it has plenty of room to adjust up or down. It bolts in nicely behind our light there, and will do everything that I need. And they're called the ADDMotor 550 850M, I believe, or something, fat fenders. And so if you're like me and you were a RAD Power Bikes owner and you didn't want the full fenders because you're going to do a lot of sport riding and mudding and stuff like that, this just makes it a lot easier to clean, a lot easier to work on the bikes because they're out of the way, aren't they? And I'm going to have a rack on, so it's going to sit about like this. My rack's going to go over it, right? And I'm going to do a video on the rack because I got that cheap too. The price on these is about $35, somewhere around there. So I saved myself another $45 over fenders from RAD Power Bikes that I wasn't going to be able to use. And RAD, if you're watching this video, please make a sport fender for us rather than those full fenders. You know, if you're doing a lot of mudding and stuff like that, the mud's just going to cake up and they're going to be a pain to clean out. Whereas these, so easy to clean out, right? And hell, you just hit them, probably knock the mud out, right? So that was something that I was really looking for, and I found it in these ADDMotor things. They're on Amazon. Again, they're about $35. The RAD bike fenders were $80, I think. So I saved myself $45 and got the fenders that I need. So if you're a RAD Power Bikes owner, you're struggling with fenders, this is just a suggestion. I'm putting that out there for you. I love the way the bike looks with them on as well, and when I put my rack on, I'll do a video of that because I'm getting ready to put the rack that I ordered. Since RAD was out of racks, I ordered another rack, an aftermarket rack, that is actually, for my needs, even better. And I'll show you that video next. But yeah, ADDMotor 550 850M, I believe, fat bike tires or fenders. So anyway, hope you're doing well. Jim out. Just a suggestion, by the way. This is what I'm doing because I do mountain riding and mudding and bike packing, and I did not want those full fenders for where I'm going and what I'm doing. Too many rocks, too much mud, too many sticks to get jammed up under that enclosed full fender. You know what I mean? So this is just a suggestion. This is what I've done, and they mounted perfectly to the 2018 RAD Rover. Also, I read reviews where people with 2016 and 17s, they mounted perfectly to those as well. So not much changes on the frame for RAD, and these fenders just work great. Jim out.